Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one that has left global analysts in shock, Russian citizens in panic, and the Kremlin scrambling for answers. Moscow's Black Sea port line, once a symbol of strategic dominance and naval power, is gone. The unthinkable has happened. A surprise strike has shattered Russia's crucial connection to the Black Sea, and the aftermath is sending ripples through every corner of the world. For months, tension has been building across the Black Sea. The region has been a powder keg, and everyone knew something big was coming, but no one could have predicted this scale of devastation. Overnight, reports flooded in that a massive strike had crippled Russia's key naval logistics hub, a lifeline that connected its war machine to the southern front. The first shock came from satellite imagery. Analysts noticed fires, massive smoke plumes, and destroyed infrastructure stretching across the coastline. Within hours, confirmation emerged that Russia's Black Sea port line, once heavily fortified and protected, had been taken out in a surprise strike. The world waited for Moscow's response, but what followed was confusion, denial, and then panic. This wasn't just another attack. This was a strike that targeted Russia's ability to move fuel, ammunition, and supplies through the sea. It effectively choked one of Moscow's most vital arteries. For years, this line served as a bridge connecting Crimea, southern Ukraine, and even trade routes extending toward Turkey and beyond. Losing it means losing control militarily, economically, and politically. Experts say this strike was brilliantly executed. It was fast, coordinated, and precise. No one expected such a high-impact operation to succeed so easily. Russian defenses, long believed to be impenetrable, failed to intercept the incoming wave of drones and missiles. The result was catastrophic: an entire section of the port destroyed, warehouses leveled, and supply ships reduced to twisted metal. Inside Moscow, panic spread faster than information. The Kremlin's initial silence fueled rumors. Telegram channels lit up with claims that top military officials were caught off guard, that intelligence failures had left the port exposed, and that internal blame games had already begun. For a government obsessed with control, this kind of embarrassment was intolerable. Ordinary Russians were shocked. Many woke up to videos circulating online showing explosions lighting up the night sky, with shockwaves rippling across the water. Social media posts described the sound of sirens, the chaos of evacuation, and the eerie glow of burning oil tanks reflecting on the sea. For people living near the coast, it was a night they'll never forget. Moscow's response came hours later. Officials downplayed the event, calling it a minor incident and promising swift restoration. But satellite images told a different story. Entire sections of the port were gone. The infrastructure damage was extensive. Analysts estimated it would take months, maybe years, to fully rebuild. And while Moscow tried to project confidence, its enemies celebrated. In Kiev, the mood was one of triumph. Ukraine's leadership didn't confirm responsibility, but their statements hinted at quiet satisfaction. "Our sea will be free again," one official wrote. Across social media, the message was clear: this was payback for months of Russian aggression and blockade tactics. The global reaction was immediate. Western capitals called it a turning point. Many analysts compared it to historical naval setbacks that changed the course of wars. The loss of a key port isn't just symbolic, it cripples logistics. Every tank, every missile, every soldier that depends on those routes now faces delays, shortages, and uncertainty. For Moscow, this comes at the worst possible time. Sanctions have already weakened the economy. Oil exports face restrictions. The ruble is under pressure, and public trust is eroding. Now, losing a vital Black Sea link adds to the chaos. The image of strength that the Kremlin has worked so hard to maintain is cracking. Inside the military, frustration is boiling over. Reports suggest senior officers are furious. They've demanded explanations. How did advanced radar systems fail? Where were the interceptors? Why wasn't there early warning? These questions are now haunting Russia's defense leadership. Some insiders whisper that purges could follow. Meanwhile, the human cost is rising. Videos show burn, doubt vehicles, collapsed piers, and emergency crews searching through debris. The air is thick with smoke and tension. Local fishermen have been told to stay away. The sea, once full of activity, now lies silent except for the distant hum of patrol boats. Geopolitically, the implications are massive. The Black Sea has always been a contested zone, a space where NATO, Russia, and regional powers all play a delicate game of influence. With Moscow's port line destroyed, the balance shifts. NATO allies are watching closely, sensing opportunity. Turkey, Romania, and Bulgaria are assessing how this changes regional security. Ukraine, if indeed responsible, has sent a bold message: no Russian asset is safe. This strike shows that advanced Western weapons, intelligence sharing, and creative tactics can cripple even hardened targets. It's psychological warfare at its finest, shaking confidence inside Moscow while boosting morale across Ukraine. And yet, behind the scenes, there's fear. Analysts warn that Russia could retaliate brutally. History shows that when cornered, the Kremlin lashes out. That could mean massive missile strikes, cyber attacks, or escalations in other theaters. The question everyone's asking is, what will Putin do next? Inside Moscow, the propaganda machine is working overtime. State TV is pushing narratives of resilience and revenge. They're telling viewers that the port line will be rebuilt, that the enemy will pay. But the tone feels different this time, less confident, more desperate. It's as if the usual script no longer convinces even their own people. Across Russia, whispers of unease are spreading. Some citizens are questioning how secure they really are. Others are wondering how many more minor incidents the government is hiding. The promise of stability that the Kremlin once guaranteed now feels fragile. Economically, the impact is immediate. Insurance costs for shipping in the Black Sea are skyrocketing. Trade routes are shifting. Some companies are pulling out entirely, fearing further escalation. The global market is reacting too, with spikes in energy prices and uncertainty in grain exports. This isn't just a regional issue anymore. The Black Sea connects multiple economies, from Eastern Europe to the Middle East. Disruptions here ripple outward, affecting everything from oil shipments to food supplies. The destruction of Moscow's port line has created a chain reaction that will take months to stabilize. And yet, amid the chaos, there's symbolism. The strike represents more than just military success. It's a statement that Russia's aura of invincibility is fading. Every explosion echoes that message. Every plume of smoke is a reminder that even superpowers can bleed. In the diplomatic world, tensions are rising. Russia has accused Western nations of orchestrating the attack behind the scenes. They claim advanced weapons supplied by NATO were used, calling it an act of hybrid warfare. Western officials deny direct involvement, but their smirks in press conferences tell another story. At the United Nations, debates are fiery. Some countries call for restraint, warning that escalation could spiral out of control. Others argue that Russia is simply reaping the consequences of its own aggression. The global divide is clearer than ever, lines drawn, alliances tested. Meanwhile, inside Ukraine, morale is soaring. Videos of soldiers celebrating, civilians waving flags, and messages of defiance flood social media. To them, this isn't just a tactical victory, it's proof that David can strike Goliath and win. But war never ends neatly. As Moscow regroups, new strategies are forming. Some insiders suggest the Kremlin may focus on cyber retaliation, targeting infrastructure and financial systems abroad. Others warn of intensified bombardments across Ukraine. The world braces for the next move. Back in the Black Sea, cleanup continues. The once busy docks now lie in ruins. Cranes stand twisted, containers scattered like toys. The seawater shimmers with oil slicks, and the air smells of burnt metal. For the people who lived and worked there, it's not politics it's loss, pure and simple. Still, resilience runs deep. Engineers are already assessing damage, trying to restore what's left. But without safety and stability, reconstruction remains a dream. The shadow of another strike hangs over every effort. Observers note that this marks a turning point in modern warfare. The effectiveness of drone swarms, precision strikes, and coordinated intelligence shows how 21st century conflicts are fought not with massive armies, but with speed, strategy, and smart technology. And as Moscow scrambles to adapt, its enemies are evolving faster. The battlefield has expanded from land to sea, from sky to cyberspace. Every system, every port, every network is now a potential target. The panic in Moscow isn't just about one strike. It's about what it represents, vulnerability. For years, Russia projected strength through intimidation and control. But this single blow has pierced that image. It shows that power built on fear can crumble when faced with innovation and determination. For ordinary people, it's hard to see the end of this. Many are tired of war, tired of the propaganda, tired of the losses. But as long as pride and politics drive decisions, peace remains distant. Across Europe, leaders are meeting behind closed doors. NATO discussions are intensifying. Sanctions are being reviewed. Military aid packages are expanding. Everyone understands that this is more than just a tactical shift, it's a geopolitical earthquake. In Washington, London, and Brussels, officials are analyzing satellite data, debating next steps. Some advocate for caution, fearing escalation. Others see this as the moment to push harder, to weaken Moscow once and for all. The balance between restraint and resolve has never been thinner. Meanwhile, in Russia's inner circles, trust is eroding. Reports suggest intelligence agencies are under investigation. Accusations of betrayal are flying. The fear of internal collapse, political or military, is real. History has shown that when empires lose control of their image, internal fractures follow. And this time, the cracks are visible. As the days pass, new details emerge. Investigations point to a coordinated intelligence operation, possibly using stealth technology and real-time satellite tracking. Experts call it one of the most sophisticated attacks of the decade. What's clear is that this wasn't luck. It was strategy. Someone studied Moscow's defenses, found the weak point, and exploited it perfectly. It's the kind of operation that reshapes global defense doctrines. For viewers watching this unfold, the scale of change is staggering. The Black Sea, once dominated by Russian warships, may soon see a power vacuum. New alliances will fill it. Nations once cautious might step forward with confidence, and for Moscow, the message is loud and clear: no stronghold is untouchable. In the end, this story is about more than ports and missiles. It's about power, pride, and the price of control. The fall of the Black Sea port line isn't just a military loss, it's a symbol of a shifting world order. As the dust settles, one thing becomes undeniable: the balance of power in Eastern Europe has changed forever. Moscow's aura of dominance is cracked, its enemies emboldened, its people uneasy. So, as we watch history unfold, the question remains: will this be the moment that defines the turning point of the entire conflict? Or just the beginning of something far bigger? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: the world will never look at the Black Sea the same way again.